Y'all give me a moment while I pull up some samples of rate confirmations from a lot of my old stuff. And we'll get started here. Okay, one moment here. Let me jump back over here to my whatchamacallit. Okay, live stream. All right, y'all give me a moment while I pull up some of these old rate confirmations so I can have them to give y'all some examples of. I got one of my old deals that I pulled up. Let me pull up a rate con. Let me see here. Rate con. Rate confirmation form. Rate confirmation. Here we go. All right. We about ready to get started, y'all. Give me just one moment. Get to our starting page. And let's get started. I'm going to start my recording. Record, and we're good to go. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Calvin Butler, and I am back. I took about a week and a half off because I had came down with this new, it's like I get every last one of the COVIDs. when they hit, I get them. I had the original COVID before the vaccine came out in the early part of 2020. Had that for 10 weeks. That one almost took me out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. That had me in pretty bad shape. Had me here bedridden for about 3 weeks, and I was sick for about, with that thing for about 10 weeks. But I made it through it, got through that. Then when the vaccine came out, I got vaccinated. Then I caught that Delta variant. And then, but that was just like a little small cold. It wasn't bad because I had been vaccinated. And then I got that the Omicron about 9 months ago, 8-9 months ago, and that was like a little 2-day cold. This latest one I had, they told me that I had just gotten this new one. I can't even think of the name of the doggone thing, but because I am boosted, I am vaccinated. Again, it was just like a kind of like a slight, not a bad cold, but it left me with a very cough and a little bit of breathing problems. So I had to take some time off so I didn't lose my voice. And that's what I was afraid of, that I was going to lose my voice. But I didn't lose my voice. So I'm here, I'm back, and let's go ahead and get started. All right. We got some people in here in-house today. We have boundaries and borderlines. What's up with that username? I know there's a story behind that. What's the story behind that username? Boundaries and borderlines.
Name of the company.
Okay. Sounds interesting. Boundaries and borderlines. I mean, that sounds like a story. I bet you got a story to tell behind that one though, but we're gonna leave you alone. We have Aaliyah Reese, she's in the house. We have Sophia Moore in the house, and Michelle is back with us in the house also too. Let me go ahead and check in with my YouTube people real quick. Share my screen. Check in with our YouTube people, see what's going on over there on YouTube. What we got going on YouTube so far. All right. So far, we got 6 people watching on YouTube, and we have Stacy Renford has checked in. Stacy says, glad you better. Hey, me too, Stacy. I'm glad I'm better too. So the rest of you all who are watching on YouTube, go ahead and check in. Say hi to us. Hit us up so we can say hi back. But I'm glad you all are back with us and joining us for our dispatch training for tonight. Tonight, our dispatch training is going to be on rate confirmations. The last time we was here, we did our training was on load acquisitions. Okay, on going out, looking for the loads, that type of thing. We went over how to search the load boards. We went over how to identify dedicated freights and that type of thing. If y'all missed it, go back and check that out on load acquisitions. Very good training. Very good training. Tonight, what happens after you find the load? Okay. I mean, you done called up the carrier, you done pitched them the pitch, they done jumped on board, you done sent them the dispatch agreement, they done signed up, you send them the profile sheet, they fill out the profile sheet on the type of loads and stuff they like to have and how they like to run. You went to the load boards, you looked up the loads, you found loads, you matched loads with the carrier. Now, the carrier has said, I like those loads right there, I want that load right there. Or I want that set of dedicated loads right there. Now, what comes next? You got to go call that broker up. You got to call that broker up who posted that load, and you got to get the rate confirmation. Now, the rate confirmation is a lot more than just having the broker to send you saying that, okay, yeah, that's the rate and that's that, okay? The rate confirmation has a lot more importance than people give it credit for on the surface, because the rate confirmation, lack of a better term or a better phrase, if a broker is going to screw you, that's where it's going to happen. Does everybody agree with that? If you're going to get screwed by a broker, it's going to happen in the rate confirmation. Because if it's not in the rate confirmation, it does not exist. Okay? I don't care what they told you. I don't care what was on the load board. If it's not in that rate confirmation, it doesn't happen. So that means if you don't have your retention pay covered in that rate confirmation, guess what? You ain't getting none. It's not going to happen. If the rate confirmation says that there are 3 drops and the load board only showed 1 drop, and you missed that and signed that rate confirmation, guess what? You got 3 drops. If the rate confirmation says that if the price is different than what it said on the load board and you sign that, guess what? That's what you're going to get paid. Rate confirmation is very important, people. Extremely important. And a lot of people miss this because they get it and they're excited. Oh, I got my load. Let's get it over to the carrier. And they think the carrier is going to read. The carriers don't usually read rate confirmation. That's your job as a dispatcher. They're going to look at the money. If the money looks right, it's okay. They ain't really reading the fine print like you should. That's why when the rate confirmation comes to you, you should read it first. Look over it. Read the entire rate confirmation. If anything in that rate confirmation looks suspicious, or if anything is left out, you get back on the phone with that broker. Mr. Broker, I got the rate confirmation, but it doesn't cover the detention pay. Mr. Broker, I got the rate confirmation, but this says I have 2 drops and 1 pickup. The load board thing said it only had 1. It was just a straight through 1 drop. If it's 2 drops, we got to get. There's got to be more money with this. Okay, this load right here, 1 drop. That pay right there is fine. But if it's 2 drops, we got to add some more money. Okay? You got to cover this with the broker before you send it to the carrier. Because once it gets to the carrier and they sign it, it's game over. Okay? It's game over. It's like any other contract. If it ain't in the contract, it don't exist. Does everybody understand that?
Yep.
All right? So let's make sure that we understand and be very clear on that. Rate confirmations are very, 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 very vital. Now, we've got some examples of some stuff here. Let me go and start sharing my screen. As always, we got a bunch of people unchecked in over here on YouTube. On YouTube, we've got Carolyn Stewart unchecked in. Hey, Carol, how you doing? You look like you feel much better. I do feel much better. Freight Lady BJ, hey, Calvin, you know I'm a big fan. Hey, thank you for being a big fan. I'm glad you're a big fan. I'm a fan of fans. Deborah Spencer says, glad you back. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad to be back myself. Sophia Moore Bowers, she's everywhere. She's online and she's on YouTube and she's in our bank office live on on the Zoom. She's all over the place. Valid Fedivo, hello. How is it going? Hey, Valid, I know this is your first time here. I appreciate you checking us out. Hope to see you back with us. Become a fan, become a follower, subscribe, and hey, hopefully we can teach you a lot of things. All right, appreciate y'all. I'm checking in on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get over here to my site. All right, as always, we are sponsored by the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and the National Dispatchers Network. The RBBS Logistics Learning Centers is our on-site school. We are the only the only logistics vocational school in the country, in the entire country, all 50 states, in the United States. Top flight security of the world, Craig. We got the whole country, y'all. We like top flight security of the world, Craig. All right, of the world. All right, we're the only one in the country that has guaranteed career placement. The only one in the country that has guaranteed career placement after you finish taking our 2-week course here in Tallahassee, Florida. We have a nice campus. We have big classrooms. We have professional instructors. All of our instructors are owners of dispatch firms, freight brokerage firms, and trucking companies. Okay, so you're trained by the people who know what they're doing. All right, so that's what we're sponsored by. That, and we're also sponsored by our online training platform presented by the National Dispatchers Network, training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn $100K plus from home dispatching freight and provide the online network tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. Our students don't pay for load boards. Why? Because they get access to more than 100 load boards. Our students don't pay for operational training videos. Why? Because we give them access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos. They also get access to more than 19 million plus verified direct shipping. So they don't have to pay for any type of shippers list. They also get access to every registered owner operator in the United States. Access to our live training, like you have here tonight. Every Thursday night, dispatch training. Every Saturday, freight broker training, 10:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. on Saturday morning. And they get access to our, of course, like I said, we have live training, and we also have the load board report every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I come on and I look for freight, and people call me up and they come online on YouTube and they tell me, I got a truck here, flatbed, I need some freight. And what do? I just give away free freight, y'all. I just go in there and find it and give it away. I'll let y'all watch me do that while I do that so y'all get to understand how this all works in real time. We also give you access to our logistics library that has every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking. And you get access to our network of more than 2,967 industry professionals by joining our private social media groups and our private Clubhouse meeting group on Clubhouse, where you all get to talk to each other, help each other understand the industry, help each other to find and book freight, help each other to be successful. These are our enrollments here. Y'all can go to the rbbsllc.com/earn dash, got some more people coming in, /earn dash 100K dash from dash home. All right, that was my plug. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, rate confirmation. All right, so what I've done tonight is I pulled up one of my old invoices from when I sent out my invoices to when I was back when I was dispatching freight, back in the day, and I still dispatch freight now, but this is back, I think this was actually when we was just turning our brokerage firm into a dispatch firm. And as y'all can see here, this particular gentleman right here, we have quite a few of them that we were doing. We had Alan Ludd that we did one for, Jinx Logistics, Best Logistics, and C2 Freight. So all these were on one bill, okay? Because the way we were set up then, we were hiring people to work for us, okay? And the person who, the freight agent who was working for us, who did this one, was, who was this? This was, our records indicate that you've completed 4 loads that were provided to you via RBBS dispatch agent Courtney A. Phoenix. So Courtney Phoenix was really hitting it back then. Okay, he was doing good. He was doing good. So for this one carrier, these are the loads that he dispatched that one carrier on that entire week. Okay. So one carrier moved loads for all of these different companies. Okay. So this is what, and this is what, his pay was on those loads. Okay. For moving those loads. So you can see that. Now, I just wanted to show y'all that, show y'all how you can make some serious money in this industry if you sit down and you follow the steps. Because I saw a post earlier this week on Facebook, and this was a freight broker trainer, a quote unquote trainer. She was a trainer, and she was saying, or she was a dispatch trainer, and she was saying that she couldn't believe all these people wanted to become dispatchers, and she said that because it's not what y'all think it is. It sounded to me like she was very discouraged. Okay, now I can't tell you what other people's experiences are. All I can tell you is this: this is a numbers game. Plain and simple, it's a numbers game. Okay, the more carriers you call, the more carriers you're going to get signed up. If you have a good pitch, that's why our pitch is the way it is. Our pitch is designed to strip away all the excuses and give the carrier every reason to sign up. And the way you are successful with that, you have to call carriers. You have to call. That's the first part of this, okay? And if you make at least 50 calls per day and you give the pitch the way we train you to give the pitch, you're bound to sign up at least 1 or 2 carriers from those 50 calls per day. So all you're working for is get that first carrier, then you get the second, third, fourth, fifth, right? Then you dispatch this freight, then you work on repeating that process over and over again. That's all it is. So don't get discouraged because you're hearing a lot of no's. Because you're going to get a lot of no's, especially when you first start out, because you're screwing up anyway. You don't really know the pitch that well. You're nervous. You're stuttering. You're pausing too long. Also, I mean, you're screwing up. But that's good though, because you learn by screwing up. The more you screw up, the better you get. And before you know it, over time, you'll find yourself pitching that pitch almost perfect. And instead of going through 100, 150 and getting one person to sign up, you're going through 25 and getting one person to sign up. Then you're going through 10 and getting one person to sign up. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to just keep going. You can't get discouraged. You got to keep going, because at one time or another, I was doing that same thing, making a bunch of pitches, wasn't getting anything done back in 2016. But look at me now. Okay? And I'm no some apparitionist, some thing that's out there in the clouds that can't be touched. I'm just like everybody else. I screwed up. I got a lot of no's, but the more I did it, the better I got. And over time, you build your business. That's what's called scaling your business, people. You have to learn to scale your business. So don't get discouraged, and just learn to scale your business. All right. So that was one of those things right there. Now let's go over here to this rate con. Do I have this? Let me find this rate con. Here it is right there. All right. This is a rate con. All right. This is what's going to happen. When you all contact a broker, matter of fact, let me pull up the load board real quick and show you and go from there in some real time. Direct. Go to direct freight. Again, real quick. Which one of my logins? I got a sample login, and I got the actual login for the whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right one. Make sure I got the right login. This tells me the story. If I pull it up and if I see prices on it, I got the right login. Yep, I got the right login. All right. For do I? New. Yeah, new. Well, it's a lot of new stuff on the board tonight, boys. I mean, this is a lot of load for being this time of the night on a Thursday night. Lot of loads. All right, let's look at the rates and stuff. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. When you find a load, unless you like this load that's paying $35.29, per mile, only going 34 miles, paying $1,200. That's a good load, y'all. That's a good load. Let's say you find that load, and you go and you call up this broker. Broker on this one is Coyote Logistics. Now, you all see here that on the load board, they're giving you a bunch of brief information. Okay, you see here, it doesn't say anything about 2 pickups. It says here shipper comment, load number, the load ID number. You get, trip miles is 34 miles, length is 53. The weight is 10,000 pounds. The pay rate is $1,200. This is all great information, right? But this could be very different when you look at the rate con. Okay, because when you look at this load, you've identified this load, you contacted your carrier, and you told them, say, hey, I've got a couple of loads I want to show you. Tell me which one you want. They say, I like this load right here. Let's go with this. All right. So now you're gonna call this broker. You're gonna call them up, right? And you're gonna let them know, hey, Mr. Broker, my name is such and such and such, and I'm looking at load number blase, 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 and I'm a bona fide agent for a carrier. Give them the carrier's what? What are you gonna give them? The carrier's what? Anybody?
The carrier's MC.
You're gonna give the carrier the MC number or the DOT number. Okay. Don't be afraid to give it to them. Why? Because you and that carrier are under a dispatch agreement. You're under a legal agreement. Okay. That's why you must have that pre-existing agreement, like the statute says. Okay. So don't be afraid to give them that number because you have an agreement with your carrier already, and you are their bona fide agent. So go ahead and let them know that you are the bona fide agent for that carrier or the dispatcher for that carrier. Give them that carrier's MC number because they're going to need it to pull that carrier to see if that carrier is eligible to run that load. And what they're checking for is their grade. They're checking to see if they got any insurance issues or missed deliveries or damaged freight type of issue. It's not going to take them very long. Once you get the DOT number, they're putting it in and it's going to pull it up right away. It takes literally less than 5 seconds. Because as you give them the number, they're typing it in. And it pulls up right on their screen and tells them everything they need to know about that carrier. They can tell you right away if that carrier is good to run their load. Now, if they require that carrier to fill out a broker packet, they'll tell you right then and there, okay, the carrier looks good, but he needs to fill out a broker packet. Okay? Then you have them to send you that broker packet, send it to you, send you the link to the broker packet. If you should have already discussed this with your carrier when you sent them the dispatch agreement and they sent you back their profile form, you should already have discussed with them on you filling out the broker package. Okay? Now, the first time you do it, you may want the carrier to fill out that broker package because they're asking a lot of information that maybe the carrier don't know, but you should have that information from your profile form. All right? If something's not in there, then you can contact that carrier and say, they have something on this profile form that I need from you that's not, on this carrier broker agreement that's not in your profile form. You want to get the information, you fill it out, because if you use the dispatch agreement that we supply for you, it has implied power of attorney. But make sure you all discuss that with your carriers, that they will allow you to fill out their broker package, the carrier broker package. It saves a lot of time. All right. Now you fill that packet out and then you send it back in. Okay. Bam. They got it. Okay, great. So they want this load right here. Yeah. All right. Then they'll start talking about where can I send your rate con? Now, before you start talking about that, you all might want to start discussing stuff because nothing in here on this thing right here, there's nothing in here about detention pay, right? Right? There's nothing on this thing here about detention pay. So bring it up. That's your job. Bring it up with the broker at that time. Okay, what about detention pay? That's basically all you got to say. Brokers know what detention pay is, and they'll tell you, okay, well, if the carrier is there more than 2 hours getting loaded or unloaded, we pay $100 an hour for everything over 2 hours. I've seen it go as high as $250 per hour for everything over 2 hours. Okay, bring that up. Is this a one pickup, one drop straight through? Ask that question. Because if it's not on here, you need to ask that question. Because they could sneak it in on the rate con. You ain't no wiser. Then that changes the whole dynamic of this pay structure, now don't it? You're taking a lot more time. That 34 miles don't mean nothing if they got to make 2 drops with that 34 miles. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you bring that kind of stuff up. Make sure you all discuss the money, the weight, all that stuff. Bring that stuff up, okay? This lets the brokers know that you are on your job, okay? Bring that stuff up. Now, once you brought that stuff up and you all have discussed that, yeah, go ahead and shoot me over that rate confirmation with the things that we've discussed, outlined, and we're going to get our carrier on this load. Great. All right. You give them your email address. They shoot you the rate con, and when you get the rate con, it is going to look something like this. Okay. This is a rate con. This is one of our rate cons, RBBS Transport Truck Confirmation Dispatch. All right. 2, Dunn Zimmerman over at Standard Trans Services LLC. That was the shipper. Pickup at Lacey. I'm sorry. Yeah. Pickup at Lacey. Well, this is the shipper. This is the carrier picking up at Lacey Contender Steel in Texas, delivering to Warren Shamrock Steel Sales Work in Odessa, Texas. Okay, you got the dispatch date, which is going to be right there. You got the promise pickup date, which is right there. Okay, we were actually dispatched on the 23rd. They didn't have to pick it up until the 24th. Okay. Promise delivery date on the 25th. The order number. Truck dispatch was a flatbed. Okay. You got 1 stop. You see that right there? 1 pickup. That's stop number 1, pickup. Stop number 2, delivery. Make sure y'all pay attention to that. Because sometimes this is where they're gonna screw you at, if you're gonna get screwed, if you're not careful. You'll see stop number 1, stop number 2, stop number 3, stop number 4. You're like, whoa, that ain't what we talked about. That wasn't on the load board. So make sure you all go over these confirmation sheets very carefully. These are things you're gonna look for. You're gonna look for the number of stops. If it's a straight through, you're gonna have stop 1 and stop 2. Pickup, delivery. If it's a 2 pickup, you're gonna have stop 1, stop 2, and then stop 3. Right? You gotta have a stop 1, stop 2, delivery, stop 2B, pickup, stop 3, delivery. You see what I'm saying? Make sure y'all look for that type of stuff. All right. Check the weight again. Make sure the weight is what they say it is. Okay. Check the rate again. Make sure the rate is what they say it is, and check the total miles. Make sure all this stuff is. If any of these things are not there, call that broker back and say, "Hey, I need to see the weight, the rate, and the total miles." Okay, and the number of stops. If that's not there, go back and ask them about it. All right. They're gonna give you some contact information and instructions for each stop. Like this one says contact, name, phone number, appointment instructions, open hours, okay? Tally, Lacey, the load number, blah, 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 U.S. driver's license, and hard hat, twit card. No appointment is needed. Okay, but this is what they gotta have. They gotta produce their driver's license and their twit card on this one. How many of y'all know what a twit card is? Anybody?
No clue.
Twit card is what gets you into these ports. Okay, like these U.S. ports, like in Jacksonville and California and New York, the ports, you can't get on that port without a twit card. Okay? All right, you got to have a twit card to get onto the ports. All right? All right, so this one require a twit card. Okay? All right, this is the time that he needed to do 8 to 3:30 p.m. No appointment, as long as he picks up between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Monday through Fridays. It's a rebar. This is rebar steel, okay? And that's the company right there in Houston, Texas. All right. This is where he's picking up at. He picks up in Tampa. There is the 24, BDLs. That's the number of like the bundles of rebar. All this stuff is all outlined right here. Okay. Vessel. Driver must have 4x4 dunnage in order for a customer to unload truck. These are the instructions. Please call Barb at 800 blase when loaded. Okay, these are the instructions that the driver has to follow. Now, usually what's going to happen is you're going to make that call because the driver's going to be in contact with you. Hey, I'm loaded. Then you're going to go and call Barb. Hey, Barb, my driver on that load that picks up at Tampa, picking up that load of steel. Yeah, he's loaded up and he's on his way. Great, Calvin. Thank you so much. All right. Now, here's some more instructions here. Okay. On the pickup instructions, you got this right, contact appointment, Shamrock, 2 hours out. All right. It says right here, open hours. You got all that right there. Driver needs to call 2 hours out. So when he gets within 2 hours of his delivery, he needs to call. You can have the driver call you, and then you make that call, or you can have the driver call directly. Me personally, I have the driver to call me, so then I know that I'm gonna make that call. You're not gonna leave it up to the driver to say, well, I'm making that call 2 hours out because he's driving, right? I have the driver to contact me. Why? Because I'm tracking the driver anyway. If you got them on a TMS system and you're tracking them by their phone, you're knowing when they're about 2 hours out. That track and trace will tell you when they're about 2 hours out. Okay? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you can get that with any Ascend TMS, with any type of TMS system, has trace and track. Where you basically just call the driver up, you send them a text. Once they get the text, they receive it, and then they respond to it, then they're being tracked. And it tells you how close they are to their destination, how much time based on their speed and where they're going, how soon they should be at their destination. So when it hits 2 hours out, that's the time for you to make that call. And you're gonna call who you're gonna call. It tells you right here, you're gonna call Warren. Okay? You're gonna call Warren. It gives you a name and it gives you the number. And it tells you need to call when they're 2 hours out. Anytime between 8 and 3 is when he can drop that load. That way they can get prepared, have a lane already cleared for him, have a dock for him to come in. So when they get in, because what they're trying to do is not get caught up on detention pay. Right? Call them 2 hours out to get everything prepared. Driver gets in, driver gets out. That's what everybody wants. The driver wants to get in and out. You want them to get in and out. The broker wants them to get in and out. The shipper wants them to get in and out. That's why you have these instructions. See, these rate cons are a lot more involved than people lead on when they say, oh, just get the rate con and sign it. No. You can screw up a lot if you don't pay attention to this rate con. Okay? Make sure you pay attention to the rate con. All right. So you got your delivery number. Driver must write the following. Customer delay number on the bill of lading. That's the BL. Or truck will not be unloaded. Y'all think it's a game? Don't write that on there. That truck won't get unloaded. And you won't get paid for it. This ain't no game, is it? Right? If you fail to read this stuff, and you fail to notify your driver this stuff, You're going to have some very upset people, including yourself. But guess what? It's in the rate con, right? It's in the rate con. So you got no recourse if you don't do it. That's why I tell you, if it's not in the rate con, it don't exist. If it's in the rate con, you better do it. Make sure you read that rate con. Because if you miss it, then you're missing out. A lot can go wrong with this rate con thing. And I know a lot of freight broker trainers and dispatch trainers, they don't harp on the importance of the rate con like I'm doing here, but I'm telling you that rate con will screw you every time if you take it lightly. It seems like a simple thing. Oh, it's just this confirmation on the rate, but it's not that simple, y'all. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not as simple as it sounds. It is a very important step. And make sure you read everything. Make sure you understand everything. Go through it thoroughly and read it. Make sure you relay that to your driver so they know what to do and when to do it. Okay? So that's very serious. Right? Driver must write the following: customer delay number on the bill of lading, or truck will not be unloaded. That's the number right there. 31623. Have the driver call customer 2 hours prior to arrival. Again, they reiterate that 2 hours prior to arrival. Why are they reiterating that? Because they don't want any delays. They don't want to pay for what? Detention pay. Driver don't want to be delayed. You don't want to be delayed. The broker don't want to be delayed. The shipper don't want to be delayed. So make sure you make that call 2 hours prior to arrival. Y'all know all this stuff would be on the rate con, huh? Y'all thought it was just some simple form. Oh, it's just a form telling you about the rate. No, that rate con is more serious than it sounds. It really is. It is a very vital part of moving this freight and getting paid for it. Okay. Now, customer delivery. This is the reason why this is outlined down here, because it's very important stuff. Most of it is a reiteration of what they just said up here. Customer delivery number. That must be there, or the truck won't get what? Unloaded. Remember that number? They tell it to you again. The reason why they put it in big letters this time and they put it in a big square circle and highlight it, because if you don't put that number, there ain't nobody getting, that truck ain't gonna get unloaded. It's not gonna get unloaded, y'all. So make sure that number is there. Must appear on, again, they reiterate, must appear on bill of lading. Total freight fee. Now, check this. Check this again. Compared to what you have up here. Check it again. Somebody has the mic open. Please mute your mic. Somebody has their mic open. Please mute your mic. Again, please mute your mic. Thank you. All right. There we go. All right. The reason why they've outlined this and put it in big bold letters again and making it very, visible, because it's very important. Because if you don't do this stuff, truck's not gonna get unloaded. This pay is in there again. Make sure it matches what you all discussed. If this is different or lower than it was on the load board, call that broker back and say, hey, what's up, man? The pay ain't what we talked about. Okay, make sure you read all this. Okay, total miles, check that again too. No TARP is required. If they have TARP required there, guess what? That load's got to be TARP. Anybody know what TARP is? Does anybody know what TARP is?
Cover.
Yeah, it's a cover that goes on flatbed loads to keep it protected from moisture, rain, that type of stuff. Okay, so make sure, but this has no TARP required. Special instruction, ****. Please read, ****. What does that mean? Anybody? What they trying to tell you there?
It's super important.
It's super important. Read it, people. It's super important. super important. Give instructions to your drivers. Okay. It's not enough that you know it. Your driver has to know it, and your driver has to understand it, and your driver has to comply with it. Goes back to communication. Remember I talked to y'all a while back about having good communication between you and your drivers? I mean, we talked about that. Having those conversations, those communications, building those lines of communication. You got to have great communications with your drivers. It makes everything go so much better. Okay. All right. Trailer to be loaded to maximum capacity per interstate regulations. Please notify immediately if pickup date and or delivery date cannot be met. Please have driver call with tally prior to leaving the meal. All right, there it is. And of course, there we are here, our broker stamp. That's our broker stamp down there. We broke it, stamp it, blah, 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 and that type of thing. All right. That is a proper rate con. That's a proper rate con. This is what this is what it should look like. Okay, or something similar to this. This is the information that should be in it. Any questions on the rate con? On the importance of it, what should be in it, why it's important to read it, and relay this to your driver. Any questions? So everybody understands the importance of the rate con.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, all right. Let me check my YouTube people real quick. Make sure they got it. All right, over here on YouTube, what do we got this over here? Interaction says you rock, player. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Diane says hi, Kim. Hey, Diane. Ryan says hey, Carolyn. Somebody saying hey to Carolyn. Brother, I'm looking for your videos since 20. Oh, I am looking your videos since 2020. Hey, I'm glad you've been checking this out. Some people saying hi to each other. Calvin is back. Glad to see you back. Thank you, Novella. Stacy MC. Talk about the MC number. Calvin says, and detention. Talked about that. Today, Stacy, yes, not at all. Yes. All right. So make sure everybody's following. Make sure everybody got their good. Now, I talked about some stuff about knowing what certain terms are. Now, for those of you who are not part of our platform, if you're a part of our platform, when you're looking up when you come across stuff like in these rate cons that we talked about, like TARP and some stuff you may not understand, you're going to go over to your back office. You're going to go over to your back office and you're going to look this stuff up because we have what's called we have what's called a logistics library. You're going to go over to your more section and drop down, you see the logistics library. You're going to click on it and you're going to pull up your logistics library. This is where you find the dictionary of trucking terms, shipping dictionary, and things like that. Okay. You're going to go over here to your, oh shoot, this site is down. Give me a second. I've got to, that site is, hold on. They're probably doing some work to it. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. That's why I have backups. Freight shipping dictionary. We have backups. There we go. We have backups. All right. All right. So you're going to go over here and you're going to look up like stuff you're looking for. Like if you're going to look for TARP, you can go over here. You can go to T and just right there. And you should be able to find it somewhere down here. That's why I have different ones because this is a freight shipping dictionary. That's why I like the trucking dictionary because it has more stuff dealing with the truck. This has more to do with shipping. Okay, tariffs, takers, terminals. So TARP is not on this one. Let's see if I can find it on another one. Freight shipping dictionary. See terminology. Let's try the terminology one. See if that one's up. Not working good today. There we go. Trucking industry terminology. All right, here we go. Now we get somewhere. So you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna look for TARP. It should be in here. Truckloads, tag. I'm surprised it's not in the trucking dictionary. but TARP is not in there. That surprises me. Lumper, person hired on site to unload, long haul. Most of the time, most of the stuff is in here, but if not, you can always Google it and they'll tell you what TARP is. But these dictionaries are pretty handy on most of the stuff. But I'm surprised that TARP is not in there though. But I really am surprised that TARP is not in there. But on most of these stuff, you know, that's why I used to like this one right here, Dictionary of Trucking Terms. But that side is down right now, I think. The Dictionary of Trucking Terms, yeah, that side is down. Logistics 101, you got some blogs and stuff like that, but this is not going to tell you what different terms are, I don't think. Logistics 101 is basically just blogs and things like that. Oh, it might have. It's talk about different tips and things like that. Shows you a lot of tips and, you know, things that if you go through and read some of this stuff sometime, how useful tips on how to ship a car. What is hot? What is a hot shot load in trucking? Now they may have TARP in this one. Let me see if I can type it in and see if I can pull up anything. Full truckload freight dictionary. Let me try this. All right. Let me see if they have TARP. This takes you back to the same thing again. And no, they don't have TARP. Okay. All right. So TARP is not in there, but TARP is the cover. That's what it is for flatbed loads, in case y'all didn't know what TARP is. But most of the time you can find what you're looking for in these freight and trucking dictionaries. Very handy for you all to use and go in and look up stuff. They have a lot of information in here. It would behoove you to just go through it and just go through this stuff and familiarize yourself. Because remember, tonnage generally refers to freight handle, and different stuff like that. So it behooves you all to go through here and just go through some of this stuff. Airway bill, bill of lading. We talked about that. A document that establishes the terms of a contract between the shipper and a transportation company. It serves as a document of title, a contract, or carriage, and a receipt for goods. That's basically what it is. It's a receipt. They use a whole lot of terms to tell you that it's a receipt. That's what it is. It's a receipt from the receiving shipper that the freight was received on time, in good condition, and undamaged. That's basically what the bill of lading is, and it's referred to as a BOL. That's what it's referred to as the BOL. For those of y'all who don't know what a blanket rate is, or a bill to party, or blind shipment, a BOL wherein the paying customer has contracted with the carrier that shipper or consignee information is not given. That's called a blind shipment. Okay. Bobtail, of course, is what? Who knows what bobtailing is? Anybody?
Without a load.
Yeah, that's just a truck without a trailer. Just a little, y'all see the little short semi without the long thing on the end of it? That's called bobtailing. It just because it looks like a bobtail cat, like tail been cut off. That's why it's called bobtail. Okay. Just a bunch of terms here that you all might want to familiarize yourself with. A lot of stuff, that are in here that you all might want to familiarize yourself with. But that's why those are there. All right. Any questions? Any questions on tonight's training on the rate confirmation? Any questions on rate confirmation? Again, I'm asking again. Any questions on rate confirmation? All right, I got a little time. Any questions in general?
All right. Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you do the carrier packet, right? Are you signing the driver's name on it yourself?
You can, if they give you permission to do so.
Okay.
That's what you're going to discuss when you send them that. Because remember when we went over the dispatch agreement and it has the implied power of attorney. These are the discussions you're gonna have with that carrier when you send them the profile form and they send you back that profile form. You're gonna call that carrier, you're gonna go over the profile form, and you're gonna ask that carrier, Mr. Carrier, do you want me to be able to sign for you to speed things up?
Okay. All righty.
Now, this is very important. Sometimes a carrier will tell you, well, yeah, I want you to be able to sign for me, but I want you to go over with me before you sign it. That's kind of a given. You see what I'm saying? I have carriers that tell me as long as the money is at or above what's in that profile form, you ain't got to tell me nothing, Calvin. Just sign it and try with it. But see, that's the relationship that I have with a lot of my carriers, though. You got to have that type of, you need to have that type of trust with your carriers. You need to build that type of trust with your carriers. And that's going to come over time after they see that you are getting them what you say you're going to get for them. If a carrier tells you in that profile form, I only want loads that's paying me $3 per mile or more. Okay? I have carriers say, as long as you got me that, yeah, I don't need to see it. Sign it. Let's roll with it. Right?
Does that
Make
have
things a
to
lot
be
faster.
outlined?
Make things move. You can go to get it done. Everybody makes money. All right.
Does that have to be outlined in the contract that you will be signed if they agree with it, or is it just verbal?
No, you have to. You can do it verbally because our dispatch agreement has a implied power of attorney. It has the implied power. So by them signing that dispatch agreement, they've already given you implied power of attorney.
I totally understand with the POA. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
So now you are just, as a professional courtesy, you are going over it with them to confirm the specifics.
Just transparency.
Yeah.
Like
you're gonna
you
be
said.
transparent and for you all to firm up the specifics limitations of your power of attorney. You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That I really was kind of confused with that part.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A lot of this is just communications. I'm telling you, communication is so vital when you're dispatching freight. It is so vital when you're dispatching freight. Communication. Okay, it is very vital when you're dispatching freight. All right. Let me check with my YouTube people, see if they got any questions. All right. Stacey just had a bad experience with a driver that didn't communicate. Hey, there you go. Communication is the key. I feel you, Stacey, on that. And I feel you, Stacey. You got to have that communication. Having trouble finding a carrier. Okay. Box office. You having trouble finding the carrier? Are you part of our platform? You might want to join our platform. If you're not part of our subscription paying members, you shouldn't have no problem finding carriers because we got a lot of carriers to call. Right? The problem is not finding the carriers. Your only problem should be is getting carriers to sign up with you, and that comes with pricing. That comes with having the right pitch. Okay, practicing that pitch, perfecting that pitch. But there should be no reason you should have a problem finding carriers. Okay, now if you have a problem finding carriers, you might want to join our platform because our platform is designed. A lot of people join our platform not for the training. They join for the resources, the tools and the resources. And the people who join our platform, they know what I'm talking about. We give our students and our network members a lot of tools and resources that you would normally have to pay for outside of our platform. But our platform provides ways for our people to find every carrier registered in the United States. I mean, they can go to, just to give you an example here, just to show you that I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm gonna give you an example. Go back to our back office here again. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff. Right. There we go. Get rid of that right there. Go back to our back office again. And I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Dispatcher tools and resources. See, if you're part of our platform, you should not have any problem finding carriers. We got so many ways to find carriers. We have where is it at? We have quick transport solutions. That's one way of finding carriers. Go over here to resources. Get rid of this right here. And right here, let's go over here. Search trucking companies. Go over here. You pull up a state. Let's pull up a state. What state you in? But it doesn't matter. Let's just say Georgia. Pull up Georgia, and let's go here. No type of trucks. We're gonna carriers with 1 to 5 trucks. I would not suggest you all go trying to pitch these trucking companies that has more than 10 trucks. And here's the reason why. If a company has more than 10 trucks, they don't need you to find them freight. They already got freight. Ain't nobody gonna have 10 trucks in there. Nobody's gonna have 20 to 30 trucks in their inventory, that they own, and they don't have freight to move those trucks. That's just a waste of time. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't recommend you all reaching out to these carriers that have 11 to 20 trucks. 1 to 5, 6 to 10. Stick with that. You'll never be able to call them all. I promise you this. If you just go 1 to 5 carriers, and then you're gonna go with what? What type of operation we're gonna go? We'll go with interstate. Okay? And you're gonna click search. And this is just in the state of Georgia. Just in the state of Georgia. Let's see what it pulls up here. In the state of Georgia, you've got 26,439 results. And that's just on operators that have 1 to 5 trucks. Small time. Okay? So finding carriers should not be a problem if you got the right tools and resources. Now, if you don't have the right tools and resources, then you need to contact. You need to be signing up to our platform. You really do. Okay? Give you another example of our tools and resources. As far as when you're looking for trucks and shippers and things of that nature, we can go over here to our good old resource Trucking Planet. We got our lifetime membership to Trucking Planet. Now I'm gonna pause my share here for a minute because I don't want y'all peeking at our logins. No peeking. I'll give me a second while I pause my sharing. Don't want y'all peeking at our back office, at our access codes. No peeking, everybody. Let me go ahead and get logged in here. All right. Let me go ahead and resume my share. All right, here we go. Now we resume our sharing. We are in our Trucking Planet. Now, in Trucking Planet, we can look up shippers, we can look up carriers, we can look up loads, we can look all kinds of stuff with this good old bad boy right here. Carriers, look at this. Dry van truckload carriers. Flatbed step deck truckload carriers. Refrigerated truckload carriers. Hot shot carriers. LTL carriers. Box trucks and sprinter vans. DOT hazmat carriers. Man, look, I don't know what you're doing or what you have got going on, but you need to be in with us if you having trouble finding carriers. Because if finding carriers is your problem, that's the least of your problem. Because I know if you have trouble finding carriers, you have trouble finding shippers. You have trouble finding shippers, I know you have trouble finding loads. You have trouble finding loads, I know you have trouble identifying dedicated freight. If you have trouble doing that, you got a lot of trouble that you ain't mentioning that our platform can solve for you. Okay, as you can see here, this is displaying 499 pages, and look at how many are on each page. And this is just what? What is this? This is just what? Dry van carriers. This is dry van carriers. So many carriers you'll never be able to, give you the contact information, the person to contact, the phone numbers, their email address, the states they like to run in. Whole 9 yards, man. This is valuable information if you know what to do with it. All right. And the same thing goes with shippers. If you wanted to look for, let's say, shippers, look at our shipper database. Dry van shippers, 34,000 plus. Flatbed step deck shippers, 10,900 plus. Refrigerator shippers, 2,900 plus. Distributors and wholesalers, 27,000 plus. Fresh food, agriculture, and horticulture shippers, 4,000 plus. Importers and exporters, 5,600 plus. Medical equipment manufacturers, that's hot right now, 2,800 plus. All these shippers. If I go ahead here and I just click on one of these bad boys, look at this right here. Now, this is something that you're not going to see on, I haven't seen this on any load board yet. Y'all check this out. Not only is it giving you the shippers, but it's telling you, it's giving you the person in charge. How many times have y'all gotten shippers lists that y'all are paid for? 500, 2,500 bucks. You got a name and a phone number. You got a name of the company and a phone number. You call, you get a secretary. Anybody? Is that not frustrating? You got to kind of talk your way past the guard, past the gatekeeper. You get a secretary, you get a janitor, you get a security personnel. You get somebody, anybody except the person that is in charge of making that decision. That's frustrating. Then they gotta find somebody who's gonna find somebody who gotta find somebody who can put you in touch with somebody who can put you in touch with somebody who might be able to help you out. No, you don't get that here. When you go through our resources, you're gonna get not only the name of the shipper, you're gonna get what their sales volume is, 2.5 to 5 million, what type of commodities they have, clothing and manufacturers, the contact. Michael Thomas, the owner, that's who he is. That's his title. That's his direct phone number. Look at that email address, michael@choiceapparel.com. That's not a secretary. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to send an email to the person who's in charge? Wouldn't that be nice? Or you get, on this one, you get one Chung, owner, sales executive. One Chung at Blase Blase. That's one Chung's phone number. Vice president, owner, purchasing agent. Look at this right here. Purchasing agent. These are all people who are in charge of negotiating with you, of making a decision on whether to add you to their shipper list or not. So you know the person you are talking to, so you're going to know by the time you finish talking to them whether you got a client, you got a source, or you don't have a source. No more of this, well, we'll call you back. Oh, I have Mr. Such and such call you back. I have somebody to contact you. Leave me your name and number, and we'll call you back. That's just like saying, don't call us, we'll call you. We all know what that means, don't y'all have been on job interview? You've been in a job interview where you think you did good, it's okay, well, thank you for coming in, don't call us, we'll call you. You ain't got that job. You ain't got that job. You don't have that job. You forget all about that when to move on to something else. They ain't gonna call you. Because they don't want you calling them. All right. You don't have that problem with our resources. When I spent time looking for these type of tools and resources, I did my background work. I made sure I found resources that were actually useful, not just stuff just to fill up space. These are actual useful resources. If you use them, they'll help you make a lot of money. They really will. Okay. Not only that, let's look at loads. Wow. Now, mention we give you access to more than what? 100 load boards. And this is just one of the load boards that we give you access to here. So Trucking Planet has everything. I love Trucking Planet. God, I love Trucking Planet. And I say I've paid for a lifetime membership. So you all have this at your disposal. What load board do you know out there that gives you this type of information? This load runs 2 times a week or more. This load runs 2 times a week or more. This load runs 2 times a week. This load runs weekly. This load runs 2 times a week or more. This load runs 1 time only. 1 time only. Weekly, daily, year round, daily. This time only. How many load boards do you know gives you that type of information? That literally just tells you outright, this load runs every day. This load runs twice a week. This load runs twice a month. This load runs year round. And people wonder why I don't do that. Because that don't give me nothing that I can't get from any of these other load boards that I've put in our back office. This is very valuable stuff. It really is. We don't. Okay, but that's just that. All right, I digress. I digress. All right, y'all. In case y'all hadn't wondered, we pretty much done our training for the night, and right now I'm just filling in time to kind of give y'all some background information, give y'all some stuff to think about and look at. But our training tonight was on rate confirmation. Okay, so we've done that. Next week, our training will be on really will be on the BOL and invoicing. Because after rate confirmation, the load gets ran, load gets picked up, and then you gotta what? Once the load gets delivered, you gotta do what? You gotta send the BOL over to the broker, and you gotta create your invoice. So we'll be on invoice. So next week, very important, training will be on how to get paid. That's the good part, ain't it? Training will be on how to get paid in full. Okay, and at the same time, we're also going to go over some of the downfalls of getting paid. What to do if a carrier refuses to pay you? Ooh, that's a good one, ain't it? That's a good one. Yeah, because we've all had that problem. Like, carrier don't want to pay me. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? I'm reporting to DOT. Oh, that'll show it. Not. I have a surefire way to get you paid every time. Every single time, without a doubt, 100%. Guaranteed. Okay? So don't forget to tune in next week for that. Okay? Invoicing and how to get paid and what to do if a carrier don't pay you. All right? All right. So, hey, I kind of like tonight's training. It was pretty good. It was a good comeback training, you know, bounce back, get back in the swing of things. Y'all know me. For those of you who are new to this is just how I am. Okay, so if you say, so, this dude is crazy. I mean, this is just how I am. Okay, you know, this is fun stuff. I love it. Okay, I've been doing this now 7 years, and I love it. Okay, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I mean, seriously speaking. Now, coming up this Sunday, I'm sharing something with you all. If you all haven't registered for it yet, coming up this Sunday, I am going to be introducing the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers Quiet Millionaires Club. Woo! That sounds good, don't it? We're going to be introducing the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers Quiet Millionaires Club. Let's go to my Facebook page here and show y'all what we're talking about. So this Sunday, we're going to be introducing the Quiet Millionaires Club. I've been putting some stuff out there on it, and I've gotten a lot of good responses back from it. That's just me washing my cars and stuff. There it is right here. The Quiet Millionaire. Okay, this is the Quiet Millionaire. This is what we're doing this Sunday for the Quiet Millionaires Club. We've got close to 100 people already registered. You know, we got 41 going, 42 say they are interested. So it's gonna be a popular turnout. All right. What is the Quiet Millionaires Club? The RBBS Logistics Learning Center wants to help you become a trucking and freight industry quiet millionaire. Join the hosts. First of all, 0 financial investment required. Yeah, that got to straighten your glasses on that one, don't you? 0 financial investment required. Join host Calvin Butler as he presents the blueprint to becoming a millionaire quietly behind the scenes of the trucking and freight industry. Now, not to give away the whole shebang, but there's a lot of money made in the trucking industry that does not involve driving a truck. Okay? Dispatching is one of them. Freight broker is another one. We all know about that. But there's many other ways out there too that you can make money behind the scenes. And the way that I'm going to be showing you all this Sunday, I'm going to show you all how to create that passive income. Now, here's the thing about passive income. Passive, income is done very quietly. Not like with dispatching. Dispatching is, and freight brokering, that is foundational, structuralized revenue that you can pretty much see almost right away. And you can build it pretty quickly as far as scaling of businesses go. I mean, seriously, you get yourself what? 5 carriers. 5 carriers, right? You dispatch with 5 carriers, that's $3,000 a week right there. Easy. Right? Just 5 carriers. How easy to get 5 carriers? You make 50 calls a day. 50 calls a day. Now, a lot of people always ask me when they call me up and say, Kevin, tell me about your platform, tell me about the platform. Then the question I get 99% of the time, every time, is, well, okay, well, tell me this. How much money do you think I can make doing this? Hell, if I know. That's not the question you should be asking. Here's the question that you should ask, because I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know if you're a hustler. I don't know if you're lazy. I don't know if you're a procrastinator. I don't know if you're a go-getter. I don't know if you like to sleep late, get up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know none of that about you. But what I do know is this. You know yourself better than I know you. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. So I always ask them this. Instead of asking me what I think you can make, I'm going to ask you, because you know you. If I give you access to more than 100 load boards, and you don't have to pay for load boards, if I give you access to more than 19 million plus direct shippers that has the actual person in charge who makes the decision on whether to sign up with you or not, if I give you access to 140,000 hours of operational training videos, if I give you access to a logistics library that has just about every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking, if I plug you into a network of more than 2,967 industry professionals that you can network with to help go run and become successful, if I plug you into all of that and I give you access to me where you can schedule private consultations, call me up on the phone, ask me questions, and live training every Thursday night and every Saturday. And we have the live load board report Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. where I show you all in real time how to do this stuff on live load board. If I give you access to all that and I give you a script and your documents and contracts, a sample dispatch agreement, and I give you a script and I train you on that script on how to use that script and how to present it to owner operators. I give you a way to locate owner operators and you call them up and say, hey, Mr. Owner Operator, my name is Michelle and I'm with Michelle Dispatching. I see you have a dry van truck. Yes. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? Now, I didn't ask you, hey, Mr. Owner Operator, I was calling to see if maybe possibly somehow or another, if I could, be your dispatcher and help you find some freight. No. If you had that, that's all that you're going to get. But if you say, Mr. Owner Operator, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? He can't just say no to that. That's not a yes or no question. You force him to think right offhand, how much money do I need to move my truck? Now, whether he's lying to you or just trying to get rid of you or filling your head with SHIT. Well, I need $19 a mile to move my truck. My truck would have less than $19 a mile. Michelle comes back and says, great, because in my dispatch firm, I only look for freight, paying the kind of money you want to get paid, going to the places you want to go, pulling the kind of weight you want to pull. So when you see my number on your call ID, I got the kind of freight you want, going to the place you want to go, pulling the kind of weight you want to pull, paying the kind of money you want to get paid. What can I see in my dispatch agreement to? Have you not just took away all his excuses and gave him every reason to say yes to you? Now he's backed himself in a corner. Because I done told her what she needs to know to close me. Now he's got to try and fight his way out that corner. Well, I had a dispatch before and they ain't do squat for me. They ain't find me the kind of loads I wanted. He called me up. He always had these cheap freight he wanted me to run, wanted me to go up in the mountains in the ice. I don't do that kind of stuff. Sir, I understand, and I sympathize with that. But let me ask you a question. See, you always come out with that. Let me ask you a question. If that dispatcher had found for you freight that was paying $19 per mile or more and kept you down on the flatland and didn't run you up in the mountains, you still had a dispatcher, right? Well, yeah, then great. Because here again, I only look for the freight that's paying the kind of money you want to get paid, going to the place you want to go, paying the kind of money that you want to get paid. So let me ask you again, what can I send you my dispatch agreement to? See, don't buy into all that. Yep. If you ask the right questions, they're going to give you an answer. And the answer is going to tell you how to close them. That's why our pitch is designed there. Now, if you train on that pitch, now you got all the stuff you need. Now, the question that I'm asking you is, if you had all of that with that pitch and that delivery, how many of those owner operators could you close if you call 50 of them a day? Now, you ain't got to tell me, because I want you to lie to me. Tell yourself. And if you say anything above 1, then you need to go ahead and sign up. Why? Because if you call 50 carriers, you sign up 1. 50 a day, sign up 1. By the end of the week, you got 5. Right? That's what it is. You call 50, you sign up 1. That's 5. Right? And with that pitch, with the tools and resources that we just showed y'all and gave you all, it shouldn't be that hard to do. Right? So I don't need to tell you what you can do. You know what you're capable of. So if you feel like you're capable of getting at least 5 carriers or 1 carrier from 50 after what I just laid out for you all, then guess what? You're going to make a lot of money, because the average load runs 750 miles. That's the average over-the-road load. Some are less, some are more, but they average about 750 miles. The average rate right now is $2 per mile. That's the average. The average rate is $2 per mile. That's the average. The average speed of the truck, most trucks are governed at 65 miles an hour. You have 11 hours driving shift. With an 11-hour driving shift with a half-hour break, the best the truck can do is 600 to 625 miles in the driving shift. With those numbers, a carrier is only going to be able to run what? 1 load every day and a half, which means they can run about 4 loads per week. So if the average load is paying $2 per mile and the average mileage is 750 miles, that's $1,500. And if they can run 5 of those loads per week, 4 per week is about the average of what they're going to run. That's $6,000 per week. Minus your fee of 10%. That's $600 a week from 1 carrier. And remember, you made 50 calls a day. You got signed up 1 a day. So by the end of the week, you got 5 carriers. So what's that? 600 times 5. That's $3,000 a week, y'all. On just 5 of these old carriers that you spent 1 week getting. See why I say we trade you to make $100,000 a year plus dispatching freight from home? Because that's what that is. Of just 5 measly carriers, you make 50 calls a day. You sign up 1 carrier using the pitch and the tools and resources that we can give you access to. So I don't have to tell you what I think you can do, because it don't matter what I think you can do. Each and every last one of you all know what you can do with that. Every last one of you all are looking at what I just put up, and you're already thinking in your mind what I am capable of. Simple as that. It really is just that simple. So quit asking people what you think I can do. People don't know you. They don't know you. I don't know you. You know you. You know what you can do. All I know is what I can give you access to. What I can train you to do. I can show you how I did it, how other people do it. But it's down to you, got to know whether or not you can do that or not, based on what we've just given you. Okay? So that's what it boils down to. All right. Yeah, I might have misspelled quiet, but it's cool. Don't worry about it. But quiet millionaires is basically there's a lot of money being made in the trucking industry that does not involve driving the truck, does not involve freight broker or dispatch. Those are the kind of upfront ways and the ways you build your companies fast and build your companies up to $100,000 your first year, $250,000 your second year, and on and on and on and on. But that quiet passive income is what you're looking to add. That quiet passive income eventually will surpass your structural income. Some examples of quiet passive income that's making a lot of money. Factoring. Is that not behind the scenes? Is that not a little bit of money? They're taking a small percentage because people want to get paid what? Now. Right? That's quiet money. That's passive money. It's quiet. It's behind the scenes. It got nothing to do with driving a truck. It got nothing to do with finding freight. It got to do with getting paid. But it's part of the trucking industry behind the scenes. They're paying all these people, freight brokers, carriers, dispatchers, drivers. Everybody's getting paid from factory, and the factory is taking their little 3 to 5%. $1,200 load, they get 3 to 5%. Passive. Why is it passive? Because as they sign people up, they just keep getting over and over and over again. The more people sign up, it starts to build, right? And eventually it builds into what? $1 billion industry. One company doing what? $500 million in revenue from what? Factory. Those little small percentages. I'm gonna show you all how to do some of the same things with some other stuff behind the scenes. That's just one way. If a company driver wants to become an owner operator, what does he need? What does he need? What's the main thing he needs to become an owner operator? The very main thing that he needs. Come on out. It's so obvious.
It's truck.
It's a truck. It's a truck. Do many company drivers have $140,000 to go out and pay for a new truck? Do many of them have $60,000 to pay for a used truck or $30,000? No, so they got to go where? To a financing company and buy a truck and get it financed. Doesn't the finance company make quiet, passive income behind the scenes? They finance it. They get those monthly payments and those finance charges. That's passive income. But aren't those companies making billions? Yes. Because you got so many people that want to drive trucks and so many people who are applying, so many people who are getting approved. But at the same time, you got a lot of people getting turned down too, don't you? You got more people getting turned down than you got getting approved. Now, this is a hint. This is a real big hint. This last quote I'm going to give y'all. I'm going to show y'all how to take those turn down and turn them into your passive income. Be here on Sunday. I'm telling you, be here. Be here. Better be here now. You better be here on Sunday. I ain't lying to you. You better be here. All right now. All right. All right. That's gonna about do it, everybody. That's gonna about do it. Let me check in on my YouTube people real quick once again. See what we got going on over here on YouTube. But my YouTube crowd be growing and growing and growing. I like my YouTube people. Yeah, I mean, y'all all right. Y'all need to go ahead and sign up though. But y'all all right.
Mr. Butler,
I like y'all.
Mr. Butler. Mr.
Yeah.
Butler. Quick question.
Yeah.
I heard there was a trucker that told me that he doesn't do factoring. He said he does quick pay with freight brokers. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, that's factoring. Freight broker factoring. Look,
get out of here.
Look, he doesn't do factoring himself, but the freight broker does factoring. The freight broker can't pay him without that load being factored by a factory company.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Now, see, here's the deal. All freight pay is paid by the shipper. Okay, it's all comes from the shipper. The shipper can take up to, y'all get this now, 190 days to pay you.
Jeez.
Anybody gonna wait 190 days to get their money?
No, sir.
Right. So every broker out there has factoring. This is why I don't understand why some carriers insist on using their own factoring company when the load is already factored by the broker. You're just spending money twice.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, The only time I can see that's justifiable for you to have a load factor twice is if you are a dispatcher. Because remember, as a dispatcher, you can only get paid by who? The carrier, right?
Got it.
So if you want to guarantee that you're going to get your money each and every time, go ahead and have that little bit of money factor and let the factory come and take their little 2 to 5%. But that gives you, that's comfort in mind that you know that you're going to get paid. And the factory company has to collect that money from the carrier.
I guess I also like to ask you a question. What is your opinion on outsourcing dispatchers from different countries?
Oh, I do it.
Okay.
I mean, shoot. you know the people who join my platform who are from different countries? I got people, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see people here from Russia, Lithuania. I've got I got people from our platform from Hungary, Jamaica, Yugoslavia. Some guy called me the other day from China on the phone and said, "Hey, I've been watching your stuff on YouTube," and he was using a translator. And you can tell because he had that delayed type thing, and it sounds kind of like a mechanical voice. So obviously it was translating my stuff back in Chinese. But anyway, it said, "Hey, I've been watching your stuff on YouTube, and my thing is, I would love to take your platform, but I am in China. Can I do this from China?" And my thing to him was, "Do you have access to the internet?" Yes. "Do you have a way to make US-based phone calls?" Yes, I have a GSM phone. I can make unlimited calls in the United States. Okay, then you can do this from anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So that's all you need. Okay? Access to the internet and the ability to make US-based phone calls. And you can do this from anywhere in the world.
The only problem is that if they have access to your load board, not you, but just access to your load board, and you might want to fire.
If they're paying that $39.95, they have access to it.
No, I'm not. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I mean, look. We pay the load board that I have on here for you all. I pay them. My load board fees range anywhere from $300 per month up to close to $900 per month. Because I have what's called group access, allows a couple of 200 or 300 IP addresses to log onto the same login. Now I don't have that because that is too expensive. They want me to pay like $20-some thousand for that access, to have that type of access. I ain't paying that kind of money. That's already expensive. They charge $140 a month just for the individual access. So you know what they're gonna charge me. Not paying that kind of money. No. So this can be done from just about anywhere on the planet. It's fairly simple. With the technology of today, I mean, it's a no-brainer. YouTube has some videos that are under subscription that is locked. It says join, or those videos available in the back office. Our back office people will have access to every last one of our videos. Plus, they have all our live training that we do. They come to all our live training, and I am now uploading all the videos from YouTube, even the old ones that are locked. I'm uploading them to the back office. So I'm in the process of downloading all those and then reloading those to our back office site. Okay. On top of that, if you join our subscription pay, you're getting a lot more than just videos. I mean, just the load board access alone saves you about $300 a month. Because you're going to need at least 4 or 5 load boards to keep your carriers running consistently. We give you access to them more than 100. What would you pay in shippers list? These verified shippers list. What do you pay for those if you wasn't part of our platform? Those things usually run anywhere from $500 to $2,500, depending on how many shippers you're getting. Our students don't have to pay for that. We have a lot of people who join our platform who are not interested in training. They just want the tools and resources, which is fine because it saves them money. All right. And on top of that, they get training, to be able to call me up, ask me things here and there, get to pick my brain, get to have private consultations. I happen to think that's worth something. Believe it or not. I mean, I do. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty knowledgeable at this little freight game thing, you know. I think I've done pretty well in it. I've kind of, been across the board, done just about all of it. So I think I have a lot to offer. Okay. All right, everybody. Look, I appreciate y'all for joining us. Let me go ahead and share something real quick here. As always, I got a plug. What's my plug? Here we go. Got to do the plug. All right. Look, if you want to join our platform and get access to the tools, the resources, the training, the support, and all that type of stuff, and you're currently on YouTube and you're watching what we do and everything, if you want to get in the game, go ahead and sign up and join our platform. Here's the link right here. Pasting it in, and there it is. You can go there and y'all can get signed up. Okay, there's a link. I just posted it there on YouTube. If you want to go and get signed up, go ahead and get signed up. We're very affordable. Our most popular enrollment, $349.95 plus tax on your initial enrollment fee, and just $39.95 per month plus tax to access to all your back office tools, resources, training, and support. All right. With that being said, let me give a shout out to DJ Too Real. The DJ asked a question: do dispatchers need a factory company? No, they don't need it. But if you want the peace of mind of knowing that you're going to get your money each and every time, yeah, I can see it's justifiable. Okay, but next week's training, I'm gonna show you all how you really don't need it and show you all a guaranteed way to get your money every time. All right, so tune in for next training. Thank you, Sophia Moore, for joining us. See you Sunday. Amir King, so glad to see you good and healthy. Thank you. Chandra Pleasure. Hello, Stacy saying hello to Stacy. Hello to Sean. Sonny just saying hi to everybody. Thank you. Chandra Pleasure, thank you for the valuable information. Hey, it's always a welcome, always a pleasure. Diane W., thank you for joining us. Yancy Silas, thank you. Appreciate you joining us. Styles Cushion, thank you for joining us. Deborah Spencer, thank you for joining us. Will this example be in the back office? What example? This right here? It's not only going to be in the back office, but it's going to be broadcasted on YouTube. You can go back and pull it up. Thank you, box office, for joining us. Mika Chow, thank you for joining us. These are all people. Here's one of these people from Russia again. I can't pronounce your name, but I appreciate you joining us. I'm gonna learn to speak Russian one day. Deborah Spencer, thank you for joining us. Dwayne W., thank you for joining us. Carolyn Stewart, thank you for joining us. Aaliyah Derrick, thank you for joining us. Novella, thank you for joining us. Valid for David. Where are you from? I like that name. I can't pronounce it, but thank you for joining us. Inner Attractions, thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. Freight Lady BJ, hey Calvin, you know I'm a big fan. Thank you, I appreciate that. Carolyn Stewart, thank you. Look, I appreciate all y'all. I thank all of our people who are here in-house with us too. Let me stop my share real quick. People who are in-house with us too. We have Michelle, as always. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Selena, I think this is your first time joining us. Hope you come back. One of our new members, Mike Camacho, thank you for joining us. Margaretta, thank you for joining us. Boundaries and borderlines. I like that. That honest borderline. Well, if that wasn't already taken, I'd steal that. But I'm gonna leave it alone though. I appreciate you for joining us. Look forward to seeing y'all back here at other times too for our training on next week. Don't forget, this Saturday we have the Brokers Hour, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 12 p.m. And we've got our event on Sunday, the Quiet Millionaires Club. Join us for that. You don't want to miss that, y'all. You don't want to miss it. This Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss that. All right. And starting back next week on Monday, Monday morning, 6 a.m., the Load Board Report. Don't forget to join us and watch me give away some free freight. It's always a pleasure. Look, everybody, I thank you all. I appreciate y'all so very much. I love each and every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the well wishes and prayers y'all gave me while I was out sick. It was much appreciated. And I look forward to keeping this train going. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.